is Elena, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Our group has been tasked with addressing refugee issues in the new era of scarcity of resources. This is not an easy question to answer due to the complexity of each situation. Each new stream of refugees has their own needs based on the event that led them to flee their country. Because each circumstance is so unique, we understand the importance of participatory approaches to address refugee issues. Refugee voices should be involved in every decision that affects their livelihoods. We will attempt to answer the question that has been given to us by focusing on a few issues that have been highlighted in the E20 videos: monitoring strategies, livelihoods, and education. When talking about scarcity of resources, we want to address funding, as this is a major factor in the lack of resources available to refugees. Funding can affect the way humanitarian aid is distributed within the refugee community and the surrounding areas. Humanitarian agencies are dependent on donor funding, and it can be difficult for these agencies to keep receiving large amounts of funding for a crisis as time goes on. With all of these issues in mind, we will begin to share our thoughts on this growing issue. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Liasser Dima, and I am a graduate student at the University of Denver. We understand that different communities have different needs, and as such, there should be an emphasis on increasing the accessibility of our programs by reducing barriers such as language. Our plan has a foundation on the fact that we're always working with limited resources and unlimited needs that cannot always be met. With this in mind, we want to properly allocate our resources to the needs of the target population to the best of our ability. Our resource plan consists in two parts. First, we want to make sure that local voices are heard and incorporated into every project that we invest in. Second, we want to look at already existing programs through monitoring and evaluation to see what programs meet what needs and measure for effectiveness. Taking into consideration local voices, which is in essence a participatory approach, and the programs that work well to address some of the challenges, we would be able to identify other needs that are not being addressed and look for ways to implement new programs and to get rid of the ineffective ones. The objectives of the monitoring and evaluation would be to ensure in our programs compliance with international standards, informed decision-making, building on what already works and additional things that can be done, and to consolidate needs assessment for interagency response. Most importantly, we would like to integrate your ideas about resource allocation and program planning, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. You may be wondering why we chose to do monitoring and evaluation. This process will ensure that we have a good grasp of the programs that are relevant to your community and to provide for accountability for our partners. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ariana. It's nice to meet you. Even when faced with a scarcity of resources, education should be considered a basic right and should not be sacrificed. Children's education programs not only build knowledge and skills, they also provide stability and normalcy in a context that is anything but. This is beneficial for the mental and physical health of children and parents alike. Additionally, education programs for both adults and children have the capacity to empower community members and improve necessary skill sets. Educated community members are better able to serve their families and communities. Education programs should work in conjunction with livelihoods initiatives in order to ensure that those who participate in such initiatives get the most out of them.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous, je m'appelle Anna et c'est un plaisir de faire votre connaissance. À mon avis, étant donné le manque de ressources, la communauté internationale devrait d'abord se focaliser sur la création de revenus ruraux ainsi que les moyens d'existence abordables, durables et reproductifs pour les réfugiés. Compte tenu de la mondialisation économique, avoir un revenu est devenu un besoin primaire. La majorité des individus les plus pauvres, soit 800 millions, est composée de petits propriétaires et de cultivateurs de subsistance. Ces derniers sont obligés d'exploiter des petites parcelles de terre comme les réfugiés de Naki Valley. J'ai appris que les terres où vous êtes installés ne sont pas favorables aux activités agricoles car elles sont arides et peu fertiles. C'est aussi proche des zones d'élevage et d'un parc national. Pour cela, nous devons renforcer les capacités de réfugiés afin qu'ils reçoivent leur part d'intérêt au sein de marchés locaux, à travers la formation sur les techniques d'irrigation, la rotation culturelle et les affaires, à travers le plaidoyer des terres avec le gouvernement d'accueil et à travers des technologies simples et abordables en tenant compte des suggestions des réfugiés. Au lieu de décider à leur place, nous devons traiter les petits agriculteurs ainsi que l'ensemble de la communauté des réfugiés comme nos partenaires. C'est une question de respect. Pour finir, je crois qu'il est important que la communauté internationale recrute et forme les réfugiés comme formateurs au lieu de recruter dehors. Merci et à bientôt.
Thank you for taking the time to view our video. We understand that the lack of resources within the refugee settlement is a problem without an easy solution. Collaboration among humanitarian actors and refugees is crucial to improve livelihoods within refugee settlements. By developing strategies to monitor and evaluate current and future programs based on a collaborative, participatory approach, aid organizations can be more effective in delivering results based on current refugees' needs. Our conclusion is that without the inclusion of refugee voices, it will be difficult to accomplish sustainable solutions to the scarcity of resources for refugees.
Nakatumira jasi kamugana Nentumane Filipo kamugana Nentumane sala kamugana Pangira kawalako Kagambe nkatumite Pangira kawalako Kagambe nkatumite Alibani, aliwangula